The sounds of J-Rock signals it's time for Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we continue our playthrough of Super Robot Wars 30. I'm, as always, Bograt.
I'm Travis.
I'm Shiv.
I'm Under Green.
And I've eaten a large carne asada fries. I'm entirely too full. Let's get this window thing fixed.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. We last left off random nonsense. More random nonsense.
Hooray for
Yep.
random knowledge.
We're almost done with all of the
Yeah.
side missions we have access to, although we also still have the three-wave onboard mission as well.
I will do that off stream though. That's not really. That has no actual story content.
It has like 3 lines where they're like, "Hey, the the Dreistrager wants to test your strength. Have some enemies."
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yes, there's no actual storyline associated with that one. Unlike specifically the Relic of Gold missions, which do actually have story attached to them. All the other relics kind of have their own story, but the story is, hey, there's a thing here.
Yeah. And it is the same story for all of them. There's a thing here, and here's our plot reasons for the arbitrary rules for this relic mission.
Yeah.
Like why you have to kill this thing in one hit, or...
Whereas Relic of Gold is actually where you get a lot of backstory about the Sandclaws siblings.
Yeah.
And why it is that, Edge is fairly obsessed with money.
They're both fairly obsessed with money. That part doesn't actually change. Which
Different ways, though.
Yes. But yeah, if you're playing as that part doesn't change. It's actually one of the few things that doesn't change, because they are legitimately different characters.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing. Usually when you have the protagonist choice in Super Robot Wars games, they are quite different. Like, if we had gone with the extremely fucking bland male protagonist, he is a different character.
Yeah.
Just significantly less of a character.
It's more to the point of, these are two people who actually have personalities and do have different personalities, as opposed to, which flavor of bland do you want? X or Y?
Look, it's not X's fault that they were all bland characters. Which bland sorcerer do you want?
The one that just lets us run the bird for a very short period of time. I think that was our tiebreaker.
That was the tiebreaker, correct. Because the unique thing was
Yes.
Spiro is the commander and controller of the mech for half of one mission.
Well, yes, but in doing so, it does completely unlock his full spirits list for the remainder of the game.
Yeah.
Because he was a primary pilot at all, and they will never take spirits away from somebody. Like in the same way that when you get the option whether or not to have Tierra continue to be a primary pilot or just become a sub-pilot, Tierra still has their full spirit list as a sub-pilot. I'm from space, bitch.
Not being from Earth doesn't mean you aren't subject to Earth laws while you're on Earth.
Diplomatic immunity, motherfucker.
Careful, that could be revoked.
I would say that explains the hair, but no, actually their hair is tame in comparison to other people in this series that are from Earth. Okay, so how long is all of Gao Gaigar added together?
So first off, the main series is actually it's from the period when they actually like made long anime. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the main series is like 52. Let's see. So 49 episodes for the main series. Then we have the King of Braves Gal Gar Final, which is like a 8 episode OVA.
Okay.
Then there is Grand Glorious Gathering, which is another TV series after Gal Gar Final, which is another 12 episodes. And then we have King of Kings Gal Gar versus Better Man, which is what this is actually pulling from, which was originally a 10-volume light novel, which got converted into a 5-volume manga that is still running. There's a lot of Gal Gar.
Yeah. I'm just wondering where they found the space for all of this plot, even accounting for the 40-something episodes.
Yeah, and like, so Grand Glorious
Yeah,
Gathering, to
yeah.
clarify, is not an expansion, it's a retelling of the OVA, sort of recut, which also was done specifically to tie it into Better Man, which is a spin-off of Gal Gar to begin with, but they recut that in Grand Glorious Gathering in order to better tie the two together, because realistically you could easily watch Better Man and never realize it's at all related to Gal Gar, so that the manga, light novels and manga of King of Kings, Gal Gar versus Better Man makes more sense. So if you're talking overall, you also have to include the 26 episodes of Better Man.
By the way, if you're paying attention to the text and not us, you're probably just as lost as everyone who's not paying attention to the text.
They are talking, that's for sure.
That was a mysterious power in Jupiter that everyone who's tried to control has backfired horribly. However, this time will be different.
Why is it always Jupiter?
Because Jupiter's
Fucking Jovians.
It's just easy to hide stuff in a gas giant.
So,
By the way, in case you were ever wondering about what kind of series Better Man is, it's one of those ones that has theming to the names of every episode.
Oh no.
Dark, Voice, Sky, Wake Up, Hell, Spirit, Power Forte, Poison, Aqua, Insect, Nebula, Dragon, Nectar, Art, Shadow, Reality, Dream, Hungry, Mirror, Lie, Trick, Destroy, Raw, Overgrown
This
Hedge.
sounds like one of those spy radio signals.
Raw overgrown hedge all as one?
Yes, Raw hyphen Overgrown Hedge, offering Mitsugi Death Farewell, Brain Memory, and Moo.
There are, like, the way you were listening to those, I'm like, he's listing off types in the next version of Pokemon 20.
No, he's giving orders to the Russian sleeper age. This is what he's doing.
Dark. Raw. Overgrown hedge.
Overgrown hedge! Overgrown hedge! Overgrown hedge! Ah! They're all like loading guns.
Which is just like really fucking funny that Better Man is a spin-off from a Brave series. Because Better Man is like the core, like condensed to like the finite point of like late 90s, early 2000s teen edginess. And Brave series are always just like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Like, there's dark shit in Brave series. Like, again, Gal Gar, like, the whole thing with the Zonders is like, the Zonders basically the Zonder metal takes over and corrupts people, which they have to, like, purify out of them and stuff. So, like, there's darkness there, but, like, at its core, it's like, oh, it's so horrible. They've been taken over and, you know, and like the Zonder metal is corrupting them and like destroying their soul, and this robot got sent in 100 million years into the past and buried itself underground at this exact spot where the fight is taking place, so it could reactivate at this precise moment and uppercut out of the ground into the enemy.
Brave allies.
It doesn't have any sort of like trauma or
RADES.
anything from, you know.
Well, it was turned off for for most of it, so.
Yeah, you just have, some dark undertones, and then things being brave as fuck.
At least Gao Gai
It's a giant robot.
At least Gao Gai Guard never had any of the main robots butt chug gasoline. This is a thing that happens in J-Decker.
We'll get to it.
We actually see the scene in this. They just don't show him butt chugging the gas.
Goddamn censorship.
No, it's budgetary issues. They don't have any.
Yeah, they literally just have like text boxes
No,
of
I
the
know.
conversation they're having.
I'm making it true.
You could have grabbed a screen cap from the episode if they really wanted to.
Yeah, nothing special in this fight. Just blow up
things up.
fucking everything.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even get anything but power parts in this
No, we get a supporter.
no, that's right. We get Hana.
We get Hannah,
Yeah.
who is
Actually, a supporter will be
pretty solid.
At least, it's also a supporter that upgrades.
Yes.
So, yeah, the main thing about her is.
I mean, the upgrade only happens to her active, which is not the greatest. It's still good.
Yeah, well, okay. The upgrade happens to her active. The thing is, the reason I use her is her active. But the part that I actually want on her active is already there at the beginning, so it doesn't actually matter
Yes.
that much.
Yes, because her active starts as being activate Spirit and Cheer, and upgrades to Spirit, Cheer, and Bless.
Yeah. Which is
her
still good.
Her
but,
passive is actually quite good too, though, because she just reduces the cost of everybody's Bravery Spirit by 5.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. It is a nice passive. It is one I can live without, but it is a nice passive.
Yeah.
And then eventually the final upgrade of her as a supporter, because she upgrades twice, is just straight up activating the Love Spirit.
Which has all that.
And that one also upgrades her passive, which is not only bravery, but also love is reduced by 5 for everyone. And her cost never goes up through upgrades. That's just like not a thing with supporters. When they upgrade, their cost does not increase or anything. With one exception, but it makes fucking sense. So when Beltorchka eventually joins us and Chan supporter upgrades to Chan and Beltorchka, it does go from restores 40.
Combine both their abilities.
Well, but Beltorchka doesn't have a separate ability thing. But Chan's basic ability is her passive is +5 max SP to all allies on the map, and her active is restoring 40 SP to the main pilot for 40 SSP. When she goes to Chan and Beltorchka, it does become a cost of 70 SSP. But her passive is +10 max SP to all pilots on the map. And her active just fully restores SP to the main pilot,
Nice.
which is busted as shit, so it makes sense that they're like, no, that costs 70.
Yeah.
You have to make this cost more.
Actually, before I do that, okay, absolutely no one's going to need to really get on a bus.
Yeah, that stuff's close enough.
Yeah.
Then there is the other supporter, which we will eventually get, which is mostly just have some extra money.
Yeah.
In much the same way that K's ace bonus is have some extra money.
And is therefore basically going to be on until we just don't fucking need money.
And the only reason why that supporter have extra money at the end of every mission is just because power part slots are fairly limited, and you eventually run out of power part slots you can attach to people. Because what it is we eventually get Atra and Kudelia as a supporter duo. Their active is okay. Their active is restore 50 SP to the main pilot and activate Faith, Fortune, and Gain. Their passive is you just get a Wish Bracelet at the end of every mission.
Yeah.
The Wish Bracelet being a power part that gives you +10 morale at sortie, and also adjusts the odds of any chance-based rate by 10% in your favor.
Nice.
So it is extra 10% to hit, extra 10% to evade. Like, it is quite good, but it's also like there are only so many power part slots to put things in.
And you know you get them, so you can just sell.
Yeah,
excess.
and they sell for like 10K each. As opposed to K is cake, which is what you get for the for having K aced.
It's that time again.
Somebody forgot to turn off the soundbar.
I was very busy searching for the mouse.
It's true. There was a search for the mouse. There, I hit it.
Brief interlude as I get OBS back over to the right screen. That's done, so you should have control back now.
All right.
But yeah, K is cake, which sells for 5,000, but literally all it does is a consumable that restores 20 SP. So we just outright don't care about those, except for the fact that they sell for 5K.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, they're just money.
Yeah, pretty much good. Nope. Of course, start's not the menu button. Why would you make start the menu button?
What start button?
Yeah, unprogram that damn thing. Okay. What the fuck is the menu button? I play too many games. That one.
Triangle.
No. No, that's right. It's do this.
Yeah, select a blank spot.
Yeah.
System is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
The screen without borders.
Well, the bright side, he was basically going to do that anyways.
And under normal circumstances, I would say, well, if you just played Super Robot Wars games solely, you would know that. Except the auto battle thing is a thing that was literally just added in Super Robot Wars 30. So has not been a feature in any previous Super Robot Wars game other than the mobile ones, and those obviously don't have a start button. That is worth noting. Given your response of what start button, because technically there is not a start button on an Xbox controller, but it's even stupider in this instance because what has taken the place of what a start button normally is literally called the menu button,
That's correct. Just the menu button.
which in this instance does not in fact bring up a menu.
Well then, you cannot do 77 damage.
Did we trigger analyze?
No, we haven't.
10% more, make a difference.
No, snipe. No, okay. No. Yeah, barriers. Just
Yeah, they have a barrier.
Yeah. I knew that was the reason. I'm just wondering if I could get enough damage.
Get over it.
Yeah. That's how it works. Okay. Okay,
Yeah, it just flat nullifies anything less than 2K.
yeah.
Anything above 2K does full damage, but
Yeah, that.
There's another supporter that is basically just free money.
Yes. What's her name? The
Ancillus gives one
Ancillus,
special
yeah.
double dog at the end of each mission.
yes, which is another power part that
Sells for 5k.
yeah sells 5k.
It's at least usable twice per map for 30 SP, but still not good.
It doubled now.
Like, it is worth noting. There is a supporter whose passive is just at base 10,000 credits at the end of each mission, and when it's upgraded, 20,000 credits at the end of each mission. And like actually has a fairly good active ability as well, because the base is activate the Bless Spirit, and the upgrade is +1 EXC and activate Bless.
So there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna give those kills to someone else. You can go over here.
Do still need to rack up on Mazinger boys.
Yeah. Did we do anything on Great Mazinger?
I mean, we need 180 across all three of them.
Oh, okay.
So, not specific to Great, no, but between Great, Zeto, and the Ichinana, we need 180 by Chapter 7. The one we're pushing on right now is 50 for Uso by Chapter 4, but we're pretty close to that, I think.
Yeah, he's one of the higher ones anyways.
I think we were like 10 or 12 out from it anyways, so we have the remainder of Chapter 2 and the whole of Chapter 3 to get there. Not that Chapter 3 is a phenomenally long chapter, but... And then we need 80 plus kills on 3 units we don't have yet.
That will come. Yeah, 3 years that we don't have yet.
That'll come somewhere in the 30s.
Yeah. So,
Just based on where we're at right now and when we will be getting them. And also, at least one of them, realistically 2 of them, you can't stop from killing things.
which units are we talking about?
Gridman, Jadecker, and Build Tiger.
Yes.
You can't really stop Gridman and Jadecker from getting kills.
Especially Gridman and Jaydecker's no slouch either.
Yeah. Build Tiger you can, by virtue of you never field Build Tiger. It's a secondary unit from a Brave series. Nobody cares, and it's not good. It exists to do the combination attack, and in this game you don't have to field them for that. But yes, Gridman, especially once you get the Gridman upgrades, yeah, no. Gridman will get kills. I think unless you actively, intentionally never attack with Gridman and set every response to, like, defend, Gridman will kill things.
Oh, that's shooting. Over there.
Oh, in fairly good news related to like anime and manga and video games and stuff, it looks like Sony is not actually fully buying out Kadokawa, but is instead entering into a strategic partnership with them.
Okay.
What's Kadokawa?
A humongous publishing company that also happens to be the parent company of things like From Software and like half of the manga published in Japan. And makes figures and etc. And the whole thing was Kadokawa was facing financial difficulties, and so the big thing going around the past month or so was that they were likely going to be bought out by Sony, which everybody was somewhat upset with until Kadokawa basically said, like, no, listen, we're in a state now where we're going to be bought out by somebody, and we would prefer it to be Sony over any of the other options that are currently available. And then they were like, oh, well, okay. But now it turns out Sony is not going to fully buy them out, but is just going to enter into what they're calling a strategic partnership. Because the big concern was things like exclusivity for, like, you know, future Dark Souls and other From Software games and stuff like that. And also the fact that Kadokawa being heavily tied to manga and anime, and the fact that Sony acquired Crunchyroll and then ripped the fucking spine out of it and beat it to death with its own spine. You know, they were like, oh yeah, it's a great thing for them to now own Kadokawa. But looks like it's not happening, and Kadokawa will most likely be saved regardless.
Which is good. It just depends on what exactly they mean by strategic partnership.
The details seemed pretty decent. Just basically like they will have like basically they will put funding into Kadokawa and take some percentage back.
Okay, so basically just investment.
Investment,
partner.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're an investment partner.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes Sony's business decisions seem to be load a 12-gauge shotgun, aim at foot, and see what happens.
Yeah. But yeah, Kadokawa are responsible for like Gundam Ace, Kero Kero Ace, Monthly Shonen Ace, New Type Magazine, Young Ace.
Man, I remember when they used to bring New Type Magazine over here.
You'll just have to protect her. I'm not fielding either of you.
Yeah, it looks like basically they are generating new shares for Sony to purchase, so that Sony will end up having a like 10% stake in the company.
Oh, okay.
They currently have like a 1.4 or 1.5.
Yeah, some incredibly minor stake.
Yeah.
But Sony was like, yes, we have the money. We are willing to buy in further into Kadokawa, but we don't. Sony basically outright said, we don't actually want to own Kadokawa.
Well, Sony had previously talked about how they specifically want the anime and video game assets.
Yeah.
But not the, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff that's under the Kadokawa umbrella.
Yeah. And now the Better Man part, which is easier to understand.
Eli.
No.
I've seen that guy. That's Red Bear from Elden Ring.
No, it's fairly easy to understand. Just look at these characters they're about.
He dropped the headpiece and increased some bear incantations.
Exactly.
How many
I mean, if you
different
actually want me to
titles?
explain Better Man, I will, but I won't be happy about it.
No, just leave it the way it is in game. I feel the game explains Better Man as much as you would want to have it explained. That is to say, okay, just look at these characters. Yes, this really good one. Forgot that's also in the CQB line.
Yep.
Get 3 EXE, get +1.
Yep. At a certain point, characters will just start with 3 EXE. Like, the vast majority of them. Let's see. Formation supporters. Who is the worst of people I currently have? Almost familiar. Yeah. All right. All right, well, let's get this one out of the way. Yeah, it's like the animator took liberties with the place in order to make it more fit what we're doing on screen.
The original?
Whichever version they're referencing here.
Dan Kuga's Super Beast Machine God was 1985.
Got it. Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You can tell by the hair.
I was gonna say the '80s anime, and specifically just '80s anime, has a very specific style of hair. I appreciate.
Yes, we're going to get a lot of that later. As a matter of fact, when we get into Elgheim.
Oh God, yes.
Elgheim has 30% hair by volume. Alright, what do we have here? Alright, you have focus. It should be noted, every single one of them has Spirit as their first ability.
Yes. This is actually a very common thing you will see from the teams that are from like the 70s and 80s mecha series that we get, because I think the same is true for like the Voltes V and Combattler V teams, if I remember correctly.
No, they are radically different for each member. says here.
Oh no, that's right. That's what it was. The Eye of Combattler has Spirit at level 1. He's one of the ones that gets 2 Spirit commands at level 1 because they had to give it Spirit as well.
That makes sense. God, he has nothing else going for him.
忍前方に敵だよ。行くぜ。全速力で突っ込む。
And yeah, we have seen Dan Kuga show up before in Super Robot Wars games, but I believe that was that one used Dan Kuga Nova, which was the 2007 sequel series. You know, only 22 years later.
What the fuck? Hayato has a line?
And yes, the Dan Kuga pilots all have Spirit as their first Spirit command, and all of them get Valor as their second to last Spirit command.
This also makes sense.
Never actually gotten around to watching Dan Kuga. Definitely on my list, but...
If you had Hidden Run. Like, That's the thing about this. I could easily make this into a good unit and make it work. Partially because it has like 4 pilots. This is just a good weapon.
Yeah.
I could put hit and run on this.
I mean, even the Dankoken is not actually that bad.
No. No. That's
Barrier Buster alone makes it phenomenal.
Yeah. And this just... How big is this thing? 1L. Okay, yes, it has ignore size, I guess, for form's sake.
It has ignore size because ignore size also affects the hit chance differences from size.
It's attacking small.
It is harder to hit small units.
Yeah, you don't do much of yours anyways right now. I'll eventually care about it, but not right now.
Also, like, technically speaking, there are things later in the game where it's not that uncommon to fight things that are 2L or 3L.
Yeah, they do start to show up at a certain point.
Which, like, even a 1L attacking a 3L is like a 20% damage reduction, so that is pretty significant when you've got something that's that high damaging.
Yeah, it's also why ignore size suddenly becomes like a lot more just something you tend to throw on every unit that doesn't already like automatically do it. Like I think every single attack from the Sakura Wars characters has like ignore size on them.
Yes, because that is, like, their whole shit.
Yeah.
Every enemy a Kobu fights is almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
As already established, Kobus aren't that much bigger than people.
Well, Kobus aren't that much bigger than people, and they are literally fighting demons, which are established to be quite large, like building sized most of the time.
Funnily enough, I don't think we actually showed that one off.
I don't think we did, because we also showed off his attacks in the mission we first got him, which he didn't have that attack in.
Didn't have that attack in, and or didn't have the morale to do that attack.
No, he doesn't. He just outright did not have it in the first mission he was in.
That's right. I think in the second mission he was in, he had the attack, but he didn't have the morale because I couldn't just start with enough to automatically do it.
Yeah.
Whoa! I already like you a lot more now. It's a low bar for me when it comes to units that I want to tank. If they have wall, they suddenly become good.
5% damage reduction, 75% damage reduction.
Yeah. Especially if they have wall and or a Mazinger.
Yeah.
All the Mazingers get wall?
No.
No.
Koji gets wall. I think Shiro gets wall, but I'm not positive, and don't really care. Tetsuya absolutely does not. I'm more surprised myself that I remembered all those names.
So, do they need it?
Koji gets wall at level 10. Tetsuya gets wall at level 35. Shiro does not get wall.
Yeah, but you're never fielding shooters. Well, I guess his kills count towards the giant pile of Mazingers.
Yes, but
But realistically, they'll use the kills they start.
so it's like yeah,
So-
we're gonna get kills in the Zeto and the Great. You don't actually catch that many kills in the Ichinana. It's not that good a unit.
It's okay in the sense that it's about on par with the V-Dash, honestly, from Yobi. But that's not saying much.
Yeah, but by the time you're actually like getting access to it and using it, it is already starting to fall off a little bit.
Yeah,
and the
it's
difference is
actually
and the difference is the V-Dash gets replaced with the V2.
Yeah, it is actually the like first non-protagonist suit you actually get in the Earth Path is Koji in the Ichinana, and it is fine during the early parts of the game because it's the early parts of the game, but it does drop off after a while because it's just an Ichinana.
It's just an Ichinana, and you are just flooded with protag units.
Well, and again,
Yes.
the other point being is that yes, you initially get Koji in the Ichinana, but Koji will eventually get the Zeto. Like,
Yeah. Whereas doing the space route, Koji will get the Ichinana, and then I think like 30 minutes later get the Zeto.
I don't know if we ever actually have him in the Ichinana.
We do have
the
him in
space
the,
route.
he does come in the Ichinana. I actually looked this up earlier. He does come in the Ichinana.
It's got to be for like one mission then.
It's not for very long. It's like it depends on what order we do missions in technically, but it's like I think one of the next critical missions after we get him is the Castlevania Returns. Or no, wait, no, it's based on his kill count, which he will have, I
Yes.
think, automatically.
Yes, he has to have a kill count of 30 or above.
So he'll have
Yes,
that.
because we get him in the Ichinana for the final mission of Chapter 2, and then quite literally, as Chapter 3 starts, if he has a 30 or higher kill count, and we have done at least one of the other optional missions, we unlock the mission that gets him the Zeto. Like,
Okay, that's not even hard. Where's Amuro?
now, if you for some reason just choose not to do that mission, you don't get the Zeto until Chapter 6.
It wouldn't be that mission, but yeah. If you just rush story missions, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty intentional, quite frankly.
Or you weren't paying attention and hit one of the couple story points that have timers attached to them.
Yeah, basically. The annoyance of that being you don't actually know that they have timers attached to them.
Yeah, the game never actually tells you of the ones that are you will automatically trigger after X number of missions. Yeah. That being said, the optional mission that you have to do, because the three requirements to trigger the mission where you get Zeto are Koji having 30 kills, doing the final mission of Chapter 2, which is where you get Koji, and doing the optional mission where you get Tetsuya and Shiro.
Which we
So,
already-
like, unless you specifically, for some reason, aren't recruiting Great Mazinger, you will have done the necessary things to unlock that mission, and then it would just have to be like a very intentional not doing that optional mission to get the Zeto. Although I do have to admit now, there is some part of me that is kind of curious to do like a minimalist run of 30.
Just story missions, nothing else.
Just the key missions. Just to like see what you end up with. like you're still going to end up with a fair amount of stuff because even a bunch of the stuff that you get through optional missions, it's really you're just getting it early because you will later be thrown most of the units and pilots.
Yeah, the handful of stuff like
You'll miss out on some upgrades.
yeah, there's a handful like chapter 6 and a little like later on where it's like, if you haven't gotten these, get these like half dozen units.
Yeah.
If for some reason you're ignoring half the 75% of the game, here's a bunch of units you need because they show up in later stuff.
Yeah, so it's like one of those weird things where it's like, I mean, you obviously wouldn't get any of the DLC units, but you would still end up with the vast majority of the units you get in the game. You would just get them much later.
Yeah, and without potential upgrades.
Even then, most of the upgrade stuff is stuff that is just like, hey, you can get this early by doing this optional mission, but it will still happen. It would only be really the secret upgrade stuff, like getting, like, Maz and Kaiser and shit like that. That would not be...
Yeah, you wouldn't get Maz and Kaiser because that actually...
Get stuff that has specific unlock. You wouldn't get things that have specific, not just completing mission requirements, basically.
Yeah. It's like you'll get just the regular Gundam Mark II rather than the full armor. You'll never get the MP new Gundam.
Yeah, because those are optional missions, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the full armor Mark II is meeting certain requirements by the time you get Camille. Like, and doing the optional mission where you get Camille rather than just getting the default unlock. I think if you just go the long route and don't do the optional missions to get him, I think you just end up getting him in the Zeta. Because you would have had it by that point.
Like, you wouldn't do Amuro's second mission to get the MP.
Right.
But you would still get the regular new eventually.
Yeah.
But you would get the NP. They'd grade upgrade, basically.
Yeah, you'll never get Kagero. You'll miss out on, like, a handful of supporters. Pretty much all the secret pilots require you to do optional missions to earn additional points with them, to have enough points to get them. You'll never end up with the other protagonist and the second Huckmine 30.
Yeah, because that's all gold.
Yeah, that's a relic of gold. You can still get the true ending because all of those are in key missions. No, it is one of the things we unfortunately don't really get to see from Daigengar's appearance in this game. Is Sengar Zomvolt just has a thing where his attacks essentially become progressively more ridiculously large swords, to the point where his final, like, ultimate attack is quite literally a sword so long it requires battleship rocket boosters to actually swing. It is something like 100 times the size of the Daigengar itself.
It's the powered red frames Gerbera straight taken to illogical levels.
Yeah.
Wild Instinct. What is Wild Instinct, you ask? I don't know.
Well, clearly, Wild Instinct is
That's a stat boost, much like all the other.
Plus 20% damage dealt, plus 20% final accuracy. Actually fairly good.
Just-
Yeah, it's not actually bad. It's just
get high enough route, do 20% more damage.
and 27% better chance to hit.
No, I mean, this is a unit that would does easily hold its own in this game. I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's really what it comes down to.
Well, if Ultimate Dankuga, it's Ultimate Dankuga, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it is a absolutely 100% serviceable unit. It just unfortunately is a game that has like 40 serviceable units, and you only ever really get like 18 deployed slots.
If you're a big
Yeah.
fan of Dankuga, you'll be happy 'cause
Yeah.
it's a perfectly serviceable unit.
Yeah, you can give it that at least, unlike some other series. Like, if you're a big fan of Code Geass, first off, seek help. Secondly, I guess you have like 1.5 decent units in this game.
Okay, I will say 2 positive things about Code Geass. It is made a lot better by having it tied to an next sword at the hip, and I actually kind of like the plot of Luke of the Resurrection as presented specifically through this game.
Yes. Yes, turns out the plot of Code Geass is much better when you have other people around to go, what the fuck is wrong with you people? At like every single thing that happens.
We'll actually be getting to that in this stream as well, so...
There are multiple sections in that series where I would love to be able to walk in from off screen and just jaw punch somebody into unconsciousness.
Yeah, we don't get it as much from the Getter Boys in this one, although they are around. What we actually do get is mostly Van from Gun Sword being like, Lelouch, bro, the fuck?
Where the fuck is it? They tell me there's an enemy unit and I don't believe them.
I mean, you can select it from the list. Select, yeah, the non-thing. Enemies list. There you go.
Oh, okay. There's where it's hiding.
It's hiding in the elevation.
But yes, you both get,
Get hit by a fucking laser. in the
yeah,
elevation.
you both get Van basically kicking around being like, man, everyone involved in like your family, your friend group, just about everybody you know, it's just kind of incredibly fucked up, huh? And then you also get the conversation between Char Aznable and Lelouch, where they're both kind of like, man, everybody really fucking hates us, huh? Yeah, we probably deserve that. It's like, it's not even an are we the baddies conversation. It is literally a like, yeah, we get it.
Prior to this game, I was not aware of Lelouch pulling a, like, mass level genocide. I was aware of several dozen atrocities, but they were small scale.
Oh, what? You mean you didn't watch all 14 different series of Code Geass?
No, I watched the original Code Geass, and that was it.
You got through more Code Geass than I did.
all named vaguely similar things, so it's really hard to fucking tell which one comes next.
That's it. We're taking away their naming privileges. We're letting Chuck Tingle name everyone.
Pounded in the ass for the Gaius.
Pounded in the ass by the Emperor's weird mind control eye. Pounded in the ass by the dead but not really dead Emperor's mom, who is also dead but not really dead.
Pounded in the ass by all that, but also in a Pizza Hut.
No. The book doesn't mention Pizza Hut, but it does have a coupon in there for like $5 off a lunch pizza. Having never watched or experienced Dan Kuga beyond the Super Robot Wars games, I have to imagine that like other people in the team pick up the leader and just like hold him up and like, this is Shinobu. Good. Wow. Thank you.
Huh. That's actually quite funny and rather amusing. So the original TV anime of Dan Kuga is 38 episodes. They do not combine into Dan Kuga until like episode 18.
Huh.
Okay.
This remain as Dan and Kuga.
Well, they remain as the four beast machines that comprise Dan Kuga.
Be especially funny if the combination in Dan Kuga is completely unintentional. It is literally just the four machines clinging to each other.
Yeah, it even calls out, like, unlike the traditional component machines struggle against the monster of the week before combining and easily dispatching the monster format, Dan Kuga does not combine until midway through the series, and the Cyber Beast machines were capable of effectively fighting their enemies. Also, apparently, Shinobu's hobby is hang gliding.
Just something someone wrote somewhere, or did it actually come up somehow?
I imagine it came up. Right?
Yeah.
The hang gliding episode.
In much the same way that Sarah is described as balanced, civil, and nurturing of children, Sarah enjoys swimming and music.
Actually, this anime we're talking about, there's like a 95% chance most of these facts never appear in the series. Are just like a character insert they talk about at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that in the same way that I believe, like, in the last Rocky movie, they talked about what toppings they like on their nachos. I have no reason to disbelieve this, but I didn't watch the Rocky movie.
Well,
so I
because
don't-
it is not uncommon for there to be like info sheets and stuff about characters in anime that have a bunch of stuff that never will actually appear in the anime. Like,
This is true.
characters in anime don't often directly talk about their blood type, but like 95% of blood types of anime characters are known because they mention it in some piece of media.
My God. So, the first occupation leader that invades Earth from the, by the way, Mugi Zorbados Empire.
Gesundheit.
The first occupation leader to invade Earth with a successful invasion campaign is Death Gaia.
Okay, which of these two? Start with that one. Ah, yes, the Great War 30 years ago. By that I mean the plots of 0078, the original Mazinger series, the original Getter Robo series, and I don't know what, damn it. Oh, Gao Gaigar, maybe, I'm not sure.
One of these like 3 Nao-Gaigar periods, I think.
What now?
The,
Try to remember
the Great
every-
War they talk about, which is basically the like
All the
direct like 1 year war. Then this,
So
then
the
this, then
the Zonder stuff is not one of the 3 wars that is part of that.
Yeah, I think the Zonder stuff is afterwards.
It is specifically the 1 Year War, the Mycenaean War, and the Invader War. It is explicitly Mobile Suit Gundam, Getter Robo, and Mazinger is like the wars that stacked on top of each other. Now, a bunch of other stuff happened around the same time.
That's the monument. Isn't that the pluses box? Don't think about this too much. I do like how with the Gundam stuff, they actually specifically avoided everything to do with Jupiter. Probably on purpose, because trying to explain that plus what happens to Jupiter later would be that much more of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Stuff happens on Jupiter, don't worry about it.
Probably also why they.
Okay, so as a reminder, this is actually a moderately tough mission, so it is worth actually fielding good units, not just trying to play catch up with stuff.
One and sometimes the other. Let's see.
Yeah, probably also the reason why they don't have Nadesco in this.
I mean, it's never stopped them before.
The inherent problem with Nadesco is the only thing worth from Nadesco is the Nadesco. The fact that they have robot units is something I tend to forget about, despite that being a good portion of the series and what the main character does.
No, I just meant like having a.
It's not what the main character does. He's a cook.
What the main character mostly does on screen. Give or take.
Cook who's very upset because he can't taste ramen anymore.
That's just the movie.
Oh, 30th anniversary.
Yep.
Think of how huge that has to be. Those are also very big flowers.
Those are trees.
Why'd they build a wall around?
Presentation.
Does involve units we haven't seen yet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Can't not die.
Yeah, you're gonna kill things. Just
Yeah, I know. Well.
like, probably not with her, but
Damn it. The other will snipe anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm fucking punching you with a bolt and
Yes.
you're still...
get over it.
Yeah, I know, I give up.
They are constructed of explodium. And speaking of explodium, two things you know. So I finally have the third Leo style kit ordered because they also put the space unit on B Bandai. And I got my notification for the all weapons set we ship in January.
Oh, right, these things are resistant to range attacks. That's why they're dying horribly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Everyone else just goes on the ship at this point. It's not like they're under leveled. That's the weird part. They are 22. He's 23. I don't get it. Just weird stat scaling for this mission.
Yeah, like the strength recommendation for this mission was also rather high.
That generally just... Well, their battle strength is like an additive number, so the more units they have, the higher the battle strength.
That's true.
I would not be surprised if... Because I do not remember whether more stuff gets launched. But that might be what happens.
I think there is an additional wave, at least one.
Yeah. Or you can crit. The corner. Yay, you have Daunt. Going to be extremely useful in a minute. I can punch things to death real quick. Okay, there we go. Oh, seems like that was it.
There we go, man.
Yeah. I know the other one is out and out trivial, and you were basically feeding kills to people. Super Robot Wars Soul.
Yep. Decently okay power part.
Yeah.
Oh, Edge, we really are the super robots.
is definitely okay. Alright. Congratulations on 19 million. They do not put 1,900 units on the board.
No, they spell out 1900.
Yeah. By all we need 10.
I'd like all.
No, not really. It's only like, what, 4-1?
$0.9 million to 1.
It's 4-1 odds, and it's a bunch of Zakus.
I'm fairly certain that anything I just deployed could defeat these things. On their own.
Pretty much.
Their stats have also been tweaked according to the mission, huh?
They have.
It's basically their stats have been tweaked, so rush right in. They have 1,900 hit points.
Yes.
Hence the whole 19,
Yes.
1900, 1900. Like anything can literally kill these.
As a matter of fact, if anything has map attacks.
This was especially funny with the Elgato Mark II.
That's a good one. I actually used the Psybuster here to clean up a shit ton of stuff.
Matter of fact, the Ikaruga is going to probably clean up a bunch of stuff now that I think about it.
Yeah.
6 kills this battle, 5 kills this battle. Okay.
You defeated a pile of trash.
Yep.
Ordered for free kill count.
Free calc out, free experience.
Everyone is now at grade 8 because you killed 19 million enemies.
Cross 8 1900. This also came with a lot of
Yeah.
MXP.
Notice that makes sense with a lot of enemies.
Yeah. Okay. Operation Get the Shinkle and one more move complete. Now we have a choice.
Yep.
Take
Take your pick.
Yeah. We'll do Zixton's Darkness.
Basically got to do both of them before we can actually advance, so doesn't really matter.
Code Geass.
Is Code Geass time. And Gunsword.
Or Gun Next Sword if you refuse to pay attention to Japanese naming conventions.
As Vince was saying earlier, they are tied together in this game.
Actually, Gun Key Sword.
Shut the fuck up. Some people call it Gun Kai Sword, but they are idiots.
Actually, an elaborate crossover between Kingdom Hearts and Gun X, their Gun Sword.
It's a crossover between Kingdom Hearts and Gal Gai Gar. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
They're diving into the dreams of the Bray.
I mean, again, that's the thing. Gaga Gar's plot is not actually that complicated. The problem with Gaga Gar's plot, as it comes through in this game, is you are literally coming in at the tail end of the plot, after they've tried to mix it with Better Man, which is already a confusing mess.
Yeah, so it's an entire series worth of plot has already happened, and we still keep referencing it.
An entire series plus an OVA.
And then another different series have all occurred for them to basically then squeeze into the
Yeah.
Gao Gaigar versus Better Man.
Oh, you have not seen an info dump. You have not seen an info dump yet. Oh, right, you guys are here.
Yeah, all the Striker team members are here. Nothing bad ever happened.
30 years ago, these three great wars happened. Then all the stuff of Gao Gaigar, and oh, by the way, this Emperor Luke thing happened at a certain point, too.
That we're now doing an undercover investigation trying to drum up reasons for us to take official action in this country.
In fairness, the evil Emperor Lelouch stuff, if I remember correctly, was far more recent because all the Great War,
it would have to be,
the Great War and the Gao Gaigar stuff was all like 10 years ago. This stuff is all relatively recent. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago for the.
My actual question is, how is there a population left on this planet?
Okay, in fairness, the Mycenaeans were not actually terribly good at killing people. And the invaders were mostly fought in space.
Well, true, that's more than made up for by the 1 Year War on its own, practically.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Why are we sending Edge on an infiltration mission?
Are you saying that Edge is nothing as?
In their words,
Infiltration
he looks
himself?
worldly and traveled.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at that bandana. Scarf thing that he...
It looks like he traveled through a flea market.
They had this jacket, it was on 50% off. And this big scarf.
Yes, and Lelouch currently looks like he's a stand-in for Aladdin.
Az isn't here, so I was allowed to dress myself.
But that wouldn't help.
No,
as his fashion sense is not any better.
There is this weird thing where, despite there being like giant robots and technology and like civilization for the most part being fairly modern within the realm of Code Geass, for some reason their fashion looks like what would happen if the 1980s vomited on medieval people. Like, can you please explain to me why Cece looks like she should be on a corner selling matchsticks?
Yeah, I mean, one day out of place.
They have a very strange interpretation of Central Asia. That's my best guess here.
You have to remember, throughout the entirety of the original series, she was just wearing a straight jacket.
Yeah.
Like, she even has a dagger on her hip.
Uh-huh.
It'll get better.
And yeah, it's like this, like, all their, like, pilot suits and all that shit look like regular, like, mecha anime pilot suits. But apparently, if you're just, like, somebody in the city, you look like you're from 1350 AD. Okay, at this point, at this point, who the fuck doesn't know about the Gaias? Every third person in that fucking series ends up with a goddamn Gaius.
And a knife, I have a sword.
Oh no, my gaze has been being a massive idiot.
The flaw in your plan is I'm too stupid for your gaze to work.
Like a fan's response to, oh, there's just a bunch of them. I'll just kill all of them. Not a problem.
Wait, my gaze is supposed to cause confusion. Well, yes, unfortunately for you, confusing Van just leads to him solving the problem the easy way. I'm not sure which one of these to attack, but if I attack all of them, I'm guaranteed to get the right one.
It could be anyone. He's not well.
Just opens his mouth and modem noises come out.
Well, you see, he had to be dead
This-
for tax reasons.
This is what happens when you figure out the principle of identity. You see his eyes? That man's cried deep tears.
Zilks in his darkness.
Takes him strength to move the fridge he's got strapped to his back.
I would probably care more about the plot of Code Geass if there was a single interesting character in the entire series.
I mean, there's...
Oh, look, they dressed him in white, so the drool stains won't show up as much.
Hold on a second. The immediate question is not you killed God.
I'm thankful that wasn't the immediate question. I don't need more complex info dumps.
And then the better men show up.
See, the reason I can't die is because one day Master Asia showed up and rubbed some DG cells on me.
Okay, so sure, fine.
Well, you see, my consciousness has actually been submerged and merged with the Akashic field.
No, but that will be involved.
No,
in
but
this
that will
game.
come up.
You see, I have access to the Gaia
Not
library,
hers.
which enables me to access all human knowledge. I just need the right keywords for it. So I looked up Lelouch asshole.
Ah, wait, I know some keywords. Darkness. Raw. Overgrown bush.
There are things I want to say because of how hilariously stupid they are. But it does involve me going into some degree of explanation about Better Man.
And?
Well, we're already in the pile of stupid, so let's finish with
Don't
this
do
one
it, Bog Rat. You
first.
have your 1 year chip.
We'll get back to other Galgai guards.
So
later.
the reason they are referred to as Better Man or Better Men is because they are all basically genetic experiments that were stepping stones along the way till the final goal of a thing called the Best Man Project. But they're not there yet, so they're only better men. They're not the best man yet.
I like it.
And then there's a whole thing about like dual minds and psychic links and head divers and I should note to you, seeing that you've played through this, just so you know, there's about 800 like proper nouns that Better Man could drop in this game that they don't.
Thankfully. We haven't even gotten deep into the proper noun soup yet. When it comes to Galgai Gar.
No.
Why do you have a hand around the neck?
Not these two. Oh, jeez.
And here's Gunnek's sword plot happening completely in the middle of this one.
What are you idiots doing in here?
Clones!
Yeah, we should just go.
You're making that up.
Totes. from inside the house.
Wile E. Coyote fall.
His plan, it looks like contrived nonsense created by a writer who has no idea what a clever plan looks like.
That can only be one person. Look, I'm going to admit, part of the reason I enjoyed the first season of Code Geass was to see what kind of horseshit nonsense Lelouch could pull out of his ass.
Alright. Yeah, that looks like units. Okay. And once again, Gunexor just kind of walks into the plot.
So we mostly got these snake bitches, and then we got one dude in the back there.
Yeah, for now.
Actually relevant.
Is there something that specifically...
Not at the moment. It is a thing that will need to happen later, when the Nagitsu main shows up. We have to defeat the Nagitsu main with Kallen before it retreats. It retreats on turn 5. Does technically mean we should focus on trying to defeat all enemies as quickly as possible, because that will trigger the next phase. Otherwise, we have to wait until turn 3 turn 3 starts, at which point we are on a tighter time limit, basically.
Yeah. So we get too far back. One up tower. Still not sure. Just a reach. Right, and Dan of Thursday. Who at the moment is just kind of okay.
They completely unupgraded Dan of Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only the lack of upgrades, but also just a matter of it's another one of the units that will get more attacks and stat boosts and stuff as we progress through the story.
Yeah. Dan, I think has like 3 separate upgrades.
Something
throughout
like
the
that.
story. It goes from a just kind of okay unit to like one of the best in the game, actually. It helps that Van is the pilot too, because Van actually has good spirits. Like flash at 10 and wall. And Kim is over here. In this pile of garbage. Which I pointed out more to just show exactly how pathetic these things are.
こんなんでもやってみせるくらいだもう視認性が低いんだから
We don't care about knocking or killing him with Dan specifically?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Not quite. Ah, spirit. Okay. Okay.
なジョー恩は仇で返す手の周りだ終わりだよ申し訳ありませんどうした
Not that I won't understand the Claw's plan because I'm a ghost of the past. I won't understand the Claw's plan because it's stupid.
Also, I don't care. I want revenge. It's called catharsis. Zoom.
All right. That is not enough to get that.
I am almost tempted to watch Lelouch the Resurrection. Just to see how zany this stupid shit gets.
Well, okay, what you have to do is every 15 minutes in Luke of the Resurrection, pause it, watch an episode of Gun X Sword, then go back to Luke of the Resurrection. Because that's basically what we're getting here.
Well, hence why I would need to get it to see its zaniness as opposed to X.
It's probably not worth it.
No.
I
Although,
mean, it's just a movie, right?
Still probably not worth it. You have better things to do with an hour and a half of your life. I promise you.
Look, man, that rock still ain't brown. I gotta do something in the background.
You'd be surprised what type of PR stays the Federation is willing to put up with.
Turns out there is actually a bottom limit to how low your reputation stack can go, and we've hit it. We're free.
I was gonna say, hooray, the only decent character in Code Geass. Because he's fucking insane.
Ah, Dan, finding this guy's one weakness, being taunted. Which I'm not actually kidding.
Yeah, so basically we have 2 turns to deal with him. We specifically need to beat him with Colin. So,
Right, everyone dogpile into him, immediately ignore everyone else.
basically.
Yeah, because he's one of the few units where you actually have to care about what's going on with him. There we go. Yeah, between potential, instinct, guard, let's see.
Just a flat minus 40%
40%
damage taken,
damage.
and can't be crit.
Yeah. And another negative 20 damage taken at 130 morale. And that at 130 morale. So, of course, the rule is keep him under 130 morale.
Yep.
It's why actually having Daunt on,
Is quite useful.
Yes.
You, be sad.
Oh, sad.
You're in Code Geass. Aww.
Not sad enough.
Aww.
I mean, this is actually totally valid. You want to tank his morale as much as you can,
Yeah,
so that it will never build up to that level.
Yeah. And we're ignoring... Killing these guys ups his morale, so we actually want to ignore all of his fodder for once as well.
You also want to activate the map, analyze things.
Yeah,
That's
probably not a bad idea at
actually,
all. Let's get more damage in on him.
Wide range strategic recon.
Beat Boop, kill that sad boy.
We haven't seen this in a while.
相手のスピードに翻弄されるな
Also, just
That
I need to see,
voice really does not match that stupid robot thing.
一気に行くカリサスブレードやあの重い攻撃を再び食らうわけにはいかない
Barely. He would have like 500 health left if he took another one of that.
Yeah.
He does not actually have that much health. He just takes significantly reduced damage.
Let's see.
It's not fucking Leon.
0% chance to crit. Okay,
Yeah.
So nothing unpredictable is going to
Yes, he can't be crit.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
right.
supersonic speed literally is he can't be crit.
All right. This was a different Super Robot Wars game. I would probably actually use the Gurren.
It's good, but not as good as a bunch of other suits.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. I'm thinking Amuro Mercium.
Oh, he's at like.
He's at.
Oh, he's at full
yeah.
speed now.
I will kill him with Kalen's attack.
Yeah,
I wanted
it's
to
a
get that
shootout
move in
attack.
because this gives me resources for him moving.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've got the Shinkalion is not the only one we have a move generator on
Yeah, because the Shinkalion doesn't have enough parts to equip both of them
yet.
Yeah.
yet. Yeah.
Actually, to upgrade the ship to get the extra power part on everyone.
戦いを選んだ以上覚悟はできてるんだね。どんな相手だろうといけー止まらない渡したつもりはなかったが
Yeah, we do also actually get the Yggdrasil drive for defeating him in addition to the other special thing, which is quite worth it because that's plus 100 energy and plus 15 mobility on a power part.
Yeah. Which is not a bad power part for the Ikaruga, actually.
Yes.
Or any other regenerators like him.
Go to go get an ice pack, you prick.
I'm fairly certain Lelouch v. Britannia has lost rights to call anyone prick.
Ventured here in pursuit of a man named Claw, and his plan is to what now?
Defeat Gadget.
Oh god, that would be so much better. Actually, now I'm thinking of Gun Next Door completely reskinned as Inspector Gadget. Man's hat makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, the only problem is that literally nobody in the entire series is as smart as the dog.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna say, is Wendy our Penny equivalent?
I think she actually is Penny.
Got you this time, Claw. Chair turns around. It's a bomb.
I think that's my new summary for Gun Sword now. It's Japanese Inspector Gadget.
That's not really fair. No plan Dr. Claw ever had was half as stupid as the Claw's plan.
That's true.
His plan was never to melt himself in the Akashic field so he could be part of everyone and control everyone.
It technically wasn't even to control everyone. It was to make humanity be at peace because they would all be unified. The control was like a sort of inadvertent side effect of that.
Or verdant side effect to some extent. It depends on exactly how much you buy the Claw's bullshit.
Yes.
Uh,
All of his followers, at least, bought into the whole...
Yeah, all of his followers bought into his bullshit, and Van was having none of it after the death of his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of supporters, we're going to immediately equip.
Yeah.
Just floating around in geosynchronous orbit with the planet to be summoned down whenever he needs it.
Don't ask how this works in space.
That's kind of worse to begin with.
Fucking science magic. I don't know. They don't.
How this works on Earth?
He's also immortal as long as the thing is there. So, I don't even think about it. It's
The Britannian Titans is such a foul sentence. Like, you got regular Titans. And you got Britannian Titans, who are basically all the worst parts of the Titans, but with stupid British costumes. Powdered wigs.
Like the regular Titans, but it's like God save the Queen everywhere they go.
Yeah, there's the,
Yeah,
there's the... Hi, I'm Char Aznable. Hi, I'm Lelouch v. Britannia. We suck pretty hard, huh? Yeah, we do. Well, I tried to kill myself, but it didn't stick. Yeah, I know how that goes.
Try and stop me, Andrea. Try and stop me.
I'm Suzaku. I would also like to join you. Are you going to take off the bloodied shirt and the bondage ring? I'll take off the shirt.
And yeah, this is the special we got for completing the special objective, is we actually get Suzaku and the Lancelot Albion Zero here.
yeah. Suzaku, who's actually probably the best pilot in the entire Code Geass team. We're not using him, but he's probably the best pilot in the Code Geass team.
I mean, even in canon, it's the most powerful Code Geass team. Albeit for reasons, but...
Now, he was the most powerful before bullshit reasons occurred. He made his mech do a fucking spin kick. They're not designed for that type of mobility.
And in fairness, he does have one of the best personal skills in the entire game.
Yes, he does have two of them, actually. He has both Curse of the Geass and Supreme.
Yeah. Curse of the Geass is just fucking stupid. Hit 120 morale, get potential 9.
Jesus.
120, yep. He's one of the few characters that doesn't have potential. Yes, he does.
Yes, and then Supreme is just flat out 130 morale, just plus 30% final hit rate, evasion rate, and crit rate. Almost nothing else gets things that modify final crit rate.
By the way, this means he just, if you do it right, you just give him. You can start at 120 morale, and then you just use Spirit.
Spirit off the bat.
Yeah.
Yep. Then there's also Blaze Luminous over there, which definitely exists.
Well, that's part of the suit.
Yeah.
105 morale. Yeah.
A flat 1500 damage reduction.
Yeah, for 5 energy. So, again, really fucking good.
Yeah. Alright, so.
Set supporters.
Yes, those two. Supporters.
Probably dump Michelle.
Michelle, let's see, who else do we have that? Okay, we're keeping you. We're keeping you for basically the same reason. Even though I used you, we'll probably dump you as well. Okay. Part of it is they only cost 20.
Yes. And while Joshua's passive is dog shit, his active is quite good.
Yeah, it's a cheer for 20.
Yeah.
Similarly, this is an Excel, which I can use on people who don't normally get Excel.
Well, yes, but their thing is actually their fucking passive is great.
What was their passive?
10 SSP.
Oh yeah. I get to use more. I get to use more supporter skills.
Yeah, and they get an upgrade later, which puts it to 20.
Yeah. They do. With that said, they fight with slots with other people as well.
Yes.
They are. Alright, now once everyone hits 3, it's +1 range as well.
Yep.
Yeah, this eventually becomes +2, and this is just kind of silly. Let's see, what else? Formation. Oh, wait. Skill program. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Because we are absolutely using Dan for the rest of the game.
Yes. Hit and run. May as well throw the 2 other levels of potential on him, because fucking why not? He's already at 7.
So
Get
it's
8
4.
and 9, naturally.
No. Nobody's potential actually levels up in this game.
So the only skills that actually level up are the ones that are unique to the character that we can't actually buy.
Yeah.
You know, like other games.
Yes, other games have had it that way. This one, they just decided.
Potential also.
Yeah.
Dan, from what I remember, is...
Just passed it. There you go.
Not down for a second. I'm pretty sure this is just all energy. Yes, this is all energy.
Yes.
Doesn't matter right now because 30 is his most expensive attack, but
It will eventually, yes.
Okay. I don't think Dan has any passive regeneration built in. No.
No. It actually has no special abilities.
Yep.
Asterisk.
Right now, it has no special abilities. Alright, +1 move, +2.
Stat
Yeah.
boost across the board.
Yeah, its
Yeah.
custom bonus is ludicrous.
Health, armor, energy, mobility, sight, move.
Yes, it is both dodgy and tanky just because.
Yep.
And power parts.
Got new stuff that will be thrown on people, so.
I recommend the Cross 1900.
Yeah, if only because I don't want to go messing around too much power parts.
What was the CBF emblem? Another recent one we got.
The CBF emblem.
Valor Soul drive once per map. It's good, but like of all the ones that are used this to trigger a bunch of spirits, that's probably one of the best, but
What was the smash hit, or we have 2 of them?
Plus 100 weapon attack once per max smash hit.
Once per max. Okay.
I mean, our tanky.
Again, not terrible, but there are much better things we have.
Yeah. Doesn't need that at all. Might be why I throw on him actually, just because I don't want to go fetching something else that's useful.
The Alpha Omega Squadron.
He's not a very morale-based character.
No, but the +2 EXC on Swordy actually matters a bit more right now. Or might actually be. Yeah. It's almost.
It'd still be worth it to put on.
Well, we can throw it on now and we move it around. We do the next
Yeah.
complete.
Rebuild.
Because it is basically, at the moment, +1 move and +1 range the second he gets a kill.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good item on basically anyone. It's better on people who specifically want morale, but
Yeah.
we can just put it on right now and then rejigger stuff later on. We do another.
Yep.
PowerPoint overhaul.
Let's see. AOS. No, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Done that. Okay.
That one.
Alright.
Check the map around,
Yeah.
because we've only got about 20 minutes, so we don't really have enough time to do destruction. But we can see if there are.
Oh, we actually have contact.
Yeah, it unlocks off of that, but
Yeah. Alright. So, move.
no Iris currently. But
Yeah, we've done a handful of missions.
Yep.
So it's really good.
Yeah. I did clear out a couple of them because they just happened to be where we were, but.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we have a few pilots that we've gotten now that can use this to help get them up to speed.
Yeah. What we're really looking for is Shiro, because that means we're done with Shiro. And we're done with Shiro.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because that was the 30 kills we needed for his on-board mission.
Yeah.
Ah. We don't have Gibraltar unlocked, so this is the whole map.
Yep.
Okay. And we don't have.
Yeah,
anywhere to
that's
go.
it.
Yeah.
We can't actually travel the solar system yet.
No, it's. I believe it unlocks the Battle Guide.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
we
it.
have.
Yeah, we actually
Okay,
have
we have Boss Battle 1.
Boss Battle 1 now.
Okay. Won't bother with those on stream, but.
No.
CP.
Yeah, we're very close on a lot of these.
Yeah, this Porter one is the one we're most behind on, but that's not a surprise.
Oh yeah, it's 50, because we got the first step of that already, which was 10, but the next one is 50, so it takes a while.
Yeah. I try and make it a point to use them. Alright.
We could actually probably do contact real quick.
Yeah.
When it really comes down to it, it's just the recruitment mission for Kiriko. So those are usually pretty quick.
Oh. You know, things we're actually going to use.
Yeah. Yeah, after destruction, we will actually unlock Ultraman as well.
Right then.
So,
So what you're saying is our team is getting way too big.
what I'm saying is we're going to have to make some really hard decisions.
I forgot about this.
Yes.
I forgot that Kiriko, for some reason, is tied directly to Van in this game.
Yes.
And Galen. Well, okay, so for this game, Kalen tends to be Van's babysitter to some extent.
Yes. What I am saying is we're going to have to make some hard decisions pretty soon about who we're cutting from primary active roster. Because, again, Destruction is also where we get Gridman.
Yeah.
So we are picking up Gridman, immediately getting Ultraman. We're going to have Kiriko. Like, the next set of optional missions that unlock after this is where we get all the J-Decker stuff.
So where we get J-Decker, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But,
and then after all the J-Decker stuff, we will get the final key mission of Chapter 2, which is also where we get the Combattler V.
yeah. Granted, we could just have a very large rotating roster.
It could. It's like, following that, we also then get access to Voltes V immediately thereafter.
Yeah.
We will also, again, pretty much immediately have Mazinger Zeto.
And we're absolutely losing Mazinger Zeto.
Yeah.
Eventually becomes Mazin Kaiser.
Yes. Important notes. Kiriko's Scope Dog has low HP, but this won't matter because nothing can fucking hit him.
I don't know about in this mission, but in general, yes, that tends to be the case. And now he's on Nimble.
And yes, here we have the Scope Dog we just sort of made it the fuck up. As this one is actually an amalgamation of all the various different Scope Dogs Kiriko uses throughout the series.
This is also not his only unit. Or it is, but it's a different parts on it.
Yes, he gets different. He does get option parts for it.
Yeah. I find it extra ironic that all the skills are rigged around being at low health.
Yes. Not the least of which being, if I remember correctly from looking it up, he's one of the only people that actually just default has potential 9.
Yes. Also, his crit chance. His crit chance is fucking stupid.
Uh-huh.
This is actually him on the low end because he has no upgrades. With 24%.
A lot of cannon fodder.
There's a lot of cannon fodder. In the sense that this is another farm kills mission.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, and yes, also, not only is his crit chance generally ridiculous, he also has a unique skill. He's got the two unique skills. He's got Abnormal Survivor, which is the one that is triggered off of being at 10% HP or less, which just gives him a stat boost to fucking everything. His other one is Precision Strike. His crits deal 150% damage. So he has a high crit chance and deals more damage on crits than anyone else.
You guys can show up anytime now. Not that I really mind feeding kills to Kiriko, but... Alright, there we go.
Yeah. Kiriko is one of the few people in the entire game that it's actually extremely funny to put Enhance Attack on. Because Enhance Attack makes so that support attacks crit.
Yes.
I guess that makes that simple.
Yeah. Go.
Send out Kay, because we do still need kills on her.
Yeah.
Likewise, may as well get some more kills on Tetsuya to keep working towards that 180.
Yeah.
It's like, again, the 180 on the Mazinger is not a huge concern. We've got quite a bit of time before we hit that, but it is probably the highest kill count total in the entire game for an unlock, so...
It is, but it's chapter 6.
6 or 7 for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 for the 180. Okay. There is the Ernie specific 100, but that's also chapter 9.
Yeah.
And it's Ernie.
Yes.
Yeah, the only other big one we got to worry about is the 150 on the 3 rare by chapter 9, but again, not going to have too much trouble making that happen. Look, all I'm saying is every other time a warship has shown up and been like, hey, bring Kiriko aboard, it hasn't ended well. I mean, that one wasn't going to die as well.
No. ones,
Yeah.
is probably not going to die. High enough level, but I'll show this off.
Yeah. It is worth noting, by the way, Vince, for any of the units that do like care about morale stuff, and we have like morale boosts on them for starting morale,
Yeah.
don't put them back on the warship.
Oh, that's right.
You actually lose 10 morale for going back on the warship. You can't go below 100 from it, so if they don't have any sort of starting morale boost, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. But for any of the ones that we actually intentionally put stuff on that starts their morale higher, we do not want to put them back on the warship at the start. It defeats the purpose.
Yeah. At a certain point, they're going to be at higher morale. Everyone's going to be above 100 just by default.
Yeah, but there's some characters that don't really care about it other than the general boost that morale gives.
Yeah.
You know, anyone who doesn't have a specific thing triggered by being at X amount of morale, basically.
Do you think it's used fighting large opponents? I don't know. I don't remember what series this comes from.
Armored Trooper Votoms, and no, not really. Most of the things he fights are about the same size as a scope dog. They might be like a little bit bigger.
But not appreciably so.
It's not even really one of those series like, say, something like Gundam, where it's like, oh, we've got mobile suits, but they do actually fight warships. The ATs don't really fight warships, even. At least not like one-on-one. They might in a huge group attack a ship.
I mean, Kiriko's on a ship for a while that is under attack, but is specifically our armored troopers actively trying to hunt down Kiriko,
Yeah.
not actually scuttle the ship.
Yeah, and generally speaking, they're used more as boarding parties than actually, like, weaponry against the ship.
Yeah, ships fight ships.
Yeah, and again,
And
like
sma-
groups...
I think like small attack craft in one of the
Yeah.
fleet battle.
Yeah, they have little fighters and stuff.
But like actual ships weren't really being attacked by armored troopers.
And again, even when they were, it was like huge groups. It was like 20 or 30 armored troopers.
And if armored troopers were attacking ships, they were actively boarding ships. They
Yeah.
weren't just like a mobile suit that flies up and blows up the bridge.
Yeah. So it's like, no, he really isn't actually that used to fighting enemies larger than himself.
I also think in our particular case, we don't have to worry about the morale penalty as much because one of the passive bonuses from Joshua is that
That's from resupply. That's
Yeah,
not from
from
boarding a
resupply.
warship.
that's supply.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he eliminates the morale penalty for getting resupplied, not for boarding a warship.
Respawn, the feature where you'll
His
probably never use.
passive is really worthless.
Yeah, he's primarily there for his activated ability.
Like, I think it is genuinely possible that the only person with a more useless passive than Joshua is Jiquan, which was the mechanic we got at the very start of the game, whose passive is he restores 500 health to the Dre Striker every ally turn.
That's such an inconsequential amount.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's like, it's not, like,
Okay, so on higher difficulties, the Dre Striker will take a beating.
but
That
500 HP is never the difference.
No.
Like, how much HP does the Dre Striker have right now?
18,000.
Yeah, so 500 is nothing.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. 500 is never the difference between winning and losing.
Yeah, it's like if 500 is the break point, you've probably already lost.
Michelle's is maybe more useless. Michelle's increases the amount of morale you gain from allied units being destroyed.
Allied units being destroyed. Oh, so,
Because you do actually get morale when allied units are destroyed. But it's like that's almost an argument as to which one of those is more useless, because like at least the morale boost is like, if I'm in a mission and it's that hard that I'm not gonna, that I can't guarantee everything's gonna survive, that's at least useful. Restoring 500 HP to the Dry Stringer is never going to be useful.
it's horrifically like tight fringe cases where enough stuff is attacking the Dry Striker to have 500 extra health be a make or break point, and not just killing it.
Yeah.
It's like if you're being attacked by enough enemies that are doing enough damage to make a 500 hit point heal on a thing with 1800 health or 18,000 health relevant, you're probably doing something wrong with using that mission anyways. Yeah. Although at the same time, the fact that your allies are getting morale boosts is probably also triggering, because there's a lot of dead units. Or to reach that point to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. So
Just, you can just Mercy of Amuro.
that's true.
Knock it down to 1.
10, but yeah.
Or 10, yeah. To knock it down to minimum damage, assuming he doesn't have the ability to just make him not able to take damage.
They don't have shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, they broke.
Well, and that's the... Yeah. Mercy is also fun and sort of interesting in the sense that Mercy calculation is literally the last thing that happens, so it doesn't actually quote-unquote reduce the amount of damage that Amuro does. It literally just says, oh, their bottom point is 10 HP. Hit them as hard as you're going to hit them.
Yep.
And look at that, exactly 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Kiriko does.
You ever talking to Shiroko?
It's pretty much accurate to the series.
Yeah.
Put Hero and Sosuke in a room together.
Okay, the other characters in that anime who pal around with Chiriko did enough talking for him.
Well, nothing else is really that relevant, is it?
Yeah, having now seen the entirety of Armored Trooper Photons, yeah, Chirico's got a vibe all his own.
Uh-huh.
That vibe is largely, here is an unexploded landmine we are going to put in the middle of your house.
Yeah, Kiriko is a very interesting character.
Yeah. I see that Van also triggers that same red pixel.
Yes.
Oh, they even have the Chirico monologues.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
High precision lens. Alright, now who has all the crit power parts I'm going to just immediately throw on this thing?
All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and call it here for Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Gauntlet Gaming. Thank you for joining us again for Super Robot Wars 30. We'll be back. Doing tomorrow? Good for this week? Okay. We'll be back tomorrow with more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. You plan on doing Thursday as well?
I do plan on doing that.
All right, we'll be back on Thursday with more Alan Wake 2, Woke Harder. And we'll be back right back here next time. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he totally needs that.
No, Kiriko has a theme, man. And we'll be back right back here next Sunday with Kiriko crits everything in the fucking universe. Until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been Shiv.
I've been Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, everyone.